Coming up next on Conversations, it's the City of Arlington's Animal Essay Contest. We'll have an opportunity to talk with the winners. The City of Arlington, in a partnership with Vantage Energy, Educational Employees Credit Union, and the Star Telegram, are proud sponsors of this year's Animal Essay Competition, now in its 13th year of promoting responsible pet ownership. The essay competition showcases our Arlington youth and the best in creative writing. This year, the contest drew 1,018 essays. As you can see, participation in our schools remains high. I'm your host, Jeannie Curtis. With me, I have Sheri Capehart from the Arlington City Council and Sheri Colbert, a marketing and volunteer coordinator at Arlington Animal Services. And always a big hit, Sheri has brought a friend, Brownie. Sheri, tell us about Brownie.
Brownie is a miniature dachshund. He's 1 year old. He came to us on March 11th. He is neutered, has a current rabies shot and a microchip, so he is ready to go to his forever home.
That's wonderful, and he's so cute.
He's a very good
I don't
dog.
suppose his forever home would be your house.
Could be.
Could be, maybe. But if we wanted to find another pet like Brownie, I'm sure you have plenty down there.
Yes, we have plenty of dogs and cats available for adoption.
Wonderful. Sheri, tell us, who is this contest for?
It's for all 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade students if they live in Arlington, regardless of what school district, private school, homeschool.
And why is it especially targeted at our young children?
It's a way to, at that age, a very impressionable age, to get them to thinking about what it means to be a pet owner, and that it's a kind of a lifelong responsibility. And so you should not just say, at Christmas I'd like a puppy, and then when it's no longer a puppy and it's a dog, then maybe it's not as fun. So we want the children to really think through that and understand that if you take this animal into your home, it's an obligation and a responsibility.
How did the Animal Essay Contest get started?
About 13 years ago, Alan Sachs had contacted me and said, and he's a huge animal advocate as I am, and said, I'd like us to do something that involves the children and something that certainly is centered around longevity of being a responsible pet owner. And I'm thinking about, do you think an essay contest would work? And I said, I think it's great. So we met with AISD and said, what do you think, and could you help us choosing topics? And so that's how it all began.
How do you feel the contest is currently impacting the city's Arlington Animal Shelter?
Oh, it's remarkable, and Sheri can speak to that as well, but it's remarkable in that so many of the people that are coming in know about the shelter, whereas before it was kind of a place of last resort. And I credit a lot of that to the fact that we're educating the children about it now, or at least helping to educate the children. And the volunteerism at the shelter has grown exponentially. And again, some of those were former essay contest winners and some just entrants. And so that is showing results incredible through our shelter.
You must enjoy when you read an essay and find out that they got their animal or their pet from the shelter.
Yes, that's always, and when you will interview some today that will tell you the same, and that's always you're going, okay, great, it's working, the word's getting out.
Well, how many essays have we seen over the past 13 years?
We've had over 10,500 students that were in grades 3rd through 6th that has participated in the contest since it began in 2001.
Well, I don't know, you may want to answer this, Ms. Capehart, but tell us a little bit about the judging process.
The judging process starts with our Animal Services Advisory Board and other volunteers, because the contest has grown so that they alone cannot judge all the initial entries. And so they do the yeoman's work of this essay judging, and they pare it down to 10 entries per grade level. So those top 40 entries are judged by a school board member from KISD, MISD, and AISD, and myself. And then we judge the top 4 of those top 10 per grade level. In case someone for some reason has to be disqualified, we know we have that backup one.
Well, once the winners are selected, how are they notified?
Sheri will call the school and let the school know that they have a winner and what teacher it is and what grade and the student's name. And then they kind of take it from there generally and notify the parents, although we ask that the parents do not tell their children. And then we have a day set aside where we visit all the schools and go in and announce the winners, and we actually go into the classroom and surprise them.
And I understand it doesn't stop there. There's a reception or...
A reception for the children and their teachers and principal, and we invite their families to come as well at City Hall, and then they're taken down and introduced to the council and the mayor. They get their picture made, and then after that they have many things that they get to do. They get a behind-the-scenes tour of the animal shelter, and I understand this year that was very well attended and quite a hit.
We had full participation from both all of the parents, all of the teachers, and the students got a chance to read their essays. And then our Golden Paws, that is a senior volunteer group, provided refreshments. And then afterwards, they walked across the street to the library and got training on their Kindle Fires that they want.
They get a $100 savings account at Educational Employees Credit Union. EECU donates $50, and then our primary sponsor, Vantage Industry, they give $50 per child as well. And it's through their generous donation and support that we're able to purchase the Kindle Fires for all the children.
Well, Sheri, is there anything you want to tell our audience about the animal shelter?
I would like to just invite everyone out and just come down to the shelter. We have some wonderful animals that need a home, and we have specials all the time, reduction in our adoption fee. Normal adoption fee is $100 for a dog and $90 for a cat.
Okay. Well, thank you both for coming out.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And coming up next, we're going to talk to our Animal Essay Contest winners. The Animal Essay Competition could not have been possible without the support of our schools, administrators, teachers, parents, and especially our sponsors. Meet Donna Thomas with Educational Employee Credit Union. Welcome to the show, Donna.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, it's great to have you.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about EECU.
Well, EECU is a local financial institution. We have been around for almost 80 years, and we serve teachers and school employees and individuals in the communities.
That's wonderful. Well, do you have to be an employee of the district to?
Not any longer. We used to serve only teachers and school employees, but gosh, since maybe the late 80s, we've served individuals in different communities. So yes, just about anybody who lives or works can join the credit union.
That's great. Yeah. Well, why was it so important for EECU to partner with this competition?
Well, we really feel like that EECU is very invested in the communities that we serve. We feel there's a great return on educating our youth on financial responsibility. So the partnering with the Animal Essay Contest and being able to open savings accounts for the winners just seemed like a perfect fit for us.
That's great. Well, tell me a little bit about why you think it's important for this competition and our children.
Well, I think anytime that you can challenge our youth and let them make practical applications of what they're doing, learning in school, and relating that to something that they can, a contest or something that they can enter. I just think it's a perfect situation, and it's a win-win for everybody involved.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sponsoring this.
Well, thank you. We're glad to do it.
It's great to have you on the show today.
Okay, great. It was fun. Thank you.
Now we're here with our third grade first place winner, Emily Bouchel from Butler Elementary. Welcome to the show, Emily.
Thank you.
Well, Emily, your topic that won was if you were asked to help at a local shelter, what do you think you would be asked to do? Tell me a little bit about this topic and what your story was about.
I started with the same words every time, and then I just told what I thought I would be asked to do and what I'd do when I was asked that.
How did you hear about the contest in the first place?
My teacher, Mr. Sanchez, passed out papers, and then I knew right away I was going to do the essay.
That's great. You were determined. That's wonderful. Do you have a pet?
Yes, I do.
What kind do you have?
He's an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, I love them. What's his name?
His name is Buddy.
Buddy. How long have you had Buddy?
About 1.5 years.
What do you enjoy most about Buddy?
I like when he's in a playful mood and I can play with him.
Will you read a little bit about your story? Will you read your story to us? All right. At least read us the first paragraph.
Okay. If I worked at an animal shelter, I think I would be asked to play with the animals. If I were asked to play with the animals, then I would take 2 at a time and play with them.
How about the last paragraph?
So if somebody does find an animal they like, I would first tell them the price. Then I would tell them about that animal, such as what breed it is, what it likes to do, and how old it is. After that, I would give them tips on how to take care of that animal. Then they pay and the animal is theirs. Hope you like my story.
Oh, I bet I will like your story. That's a great story. You deserve first place. Well, Emily, tell me a little bit about what do you think it means to be a responsible pet owner?
To make sure your pet is happy and healthy.
And here next is Emily's teacher, Evan Sanchez. Evan, welcome to the show.
Nice to be here.
It's great to have you here. I just have a couple questions for you. What do you consider the benefits of a competition like this?
Well, a lot of the benefits is it does give the students the time to be creative in the writing, kind of like she said, and be expressive, and that's kind of what I wanted them to do in this. Another benefit is not only when they submit their essays, they're eligible to win some prizes as well. So that's kind of a little perk as well, and I think that kind of motivates the kids and gets them in gear to want to do it. So,
Definitely,
yeah.
Definitely. I guess you kind of wish there were prizes for STAR test writing.
Oh, definitely. That would be wonderful if we could.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Well, how much time each week do you spend on your writing instructional block?
Well, we have writing blocks every day, and it's 30 minutes. Usually on Mondays we do word studies, but the rest of the week we either have some sort of writing topic or we work on grammar. So we're always exposing the kids to writing each day.
Why is it important that our students master the skills of creative writing and grammar?
Oh, it's so important because, as they go through their years, through junior high, through high school, and preparation for college, the more they are expressive in their writing and they know their grammar, the more successful they're going to become and get into what they want to be in the future career.
Well, out of 1,018 essays received this year, how do you feel about having an essay winner not only from Butler but from your class?
I was very thrilled. Actually, this is my first time that I did the animal essay contest to give it out to my students, and when I heard the news, I was just ecstatic and everything. So I was very proud of her. I knew when she submitted it, I felt pretty confident with it, but it was just even an extra topping of the cake to see that she got it.
Well, Evan, thank you so much for coming out to the show today. And Emily, we thank you for having you as well.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we're here with our 4th grade first place winner, Heather Van Wasbergen, and her teacher, Jody Brownlee. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
And I understand you're a winner from Butler Elementary School.
Yes.
And Heather, your winning topic was, what changes do cats and dogs have to make to live and survive as homeless pets? What an interesting topic.
Thank you.
How did you first hear about this contest?
Our writing teacher told us.
Ms. Brownlee told you about it?
And I decided I wanted to do it. My sister won, so maybe I could.
That's great. So your sister's a previous winner.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you have a family of writers. So you love to write?
Yes.
Well, Heather, what do you think it means to be a responsible pet owner?
Well, you make sure your pet gets fed and stays happy and healthy.
Well, I'm hoping you'll share a little bit of your story with us.
The streets are black with grime. The air smells of smog and trash. Your fur rustles in the sour breeze. Somewhere far off, a car honks. You are lost. Many people own pets. Many people lose pets. Some of those pets are lucky enough to quickly make it back to their owners. Others are not so lucky. In the book The Grand Escape, Marco and Polo, 2 cats, managed to escape from their house because their owner made one critical mistake. He didn't believe they would ever escape, but they did, and they were lost for quite a long time, suffering numerous hardships on their own.
Wow. I'm very intrigued by your story. Can you finish up with the last paragraph for us?
There are some easy ways to help ensure that if you lose a pet, they'll make their way back to your loving arms. First, make sure your pet wears a collar with a tag that includes your name and current address and phone number. Second, especially if your pet goes outside, have it microchipped so that it can be traced back to you. So you see, it is important to keep your pets inside and tag them in case they do get lost, so they won't end up like homeless abandoned children suffering the unimaginable, having to learn to survive on their own.
That's a great essay. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Teacher Ms. Brownlee. So tell us a little bit about this competition and how much time you spend with your students on it.
well, actually, this is the first year that I've had this be an extra credit assignment. I've participated in the program since it began years ago, and I decided this year that I would just let the children kind of go off on their own, do their writing, and see what they could come up with. And so I was very pleased with the results, but there was no preparation at school other than we had just completed, it kind of coincided with just completing the writing process. And so we had just taught how to effectively begin an expository or a narrative piece, and also how to conclude the same pieces. And so we had lots of conversations about it in class, but then they went home and did it all on their own.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. And I understand this isn't your first time to have a winner.
No, it's not.
Yes. And that was 2 years ago?
Yes.
Wow. Well, congratulations. That speaks very highly of your instruction.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, tell us, what do you consider the benefits of a competition like this?
I just believe that, first of all, children in the classroom, sometimes it's hard to get them to buy into writing even at such a young age. And so if there's that dangling carrot out there, it always helps the process along. Anytime you can offer some sort of competition or a contest that's going to allow them to have a neat piece of technology at the end, it's always worth it. And so I think that that benefits them, but then I also think that it just encourages writing, whether it's inside the classroom or outside of the classroom. And so they're always kind of surrounded with writing.
Well, why is it important that our students master the skills of creative writing and grammar?
Well, it's important because if they want to grow up to be creative adults, or to find their lifelong dream of what they want to become, then they certainly need the skills of grammar and writing. There's a lot of writing that goes way beyond 4th grade, and they're going to need these skills of note-taking and writing essays, you know, as they move into the career of their choice. And so I think that it's very important to instill that at a young age.
Well, out of 1,018 essays received this year, how do you feel about having an essay selected not only from Butler, but from your classroom?
Well, that makes me very excited, but I really didn't know that that number was so large. Heather, you are a wonderful writer. I think that's great.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And Heather, thank you for coming as well.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Now we're here with our 5th grade first place winner, Olivia Smith from Butler Elementary School, and her teacher, Sarah Meredith. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Olivia, your winning topic was, what advice would you give a family about a new pet so that its offsprings will not end up in the local animal shelter? What a great topic. Well, tell us, how did you hear about this contest?
I heard about it through school. It was an assignment.
Your teacher gave it to you? Was it extra credit or something you got to work on in class?
It was really neat that we got to do it at home, but it was really fun coming up with like what I should write about. And
well, do you have a pet at home that was your inspiration?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about your pet.
Her name is Sasha. She's a Shih Tzu mix. We adopted her from the animal shelter last summer, I think, and she turned out to be a really fun dog to play with. She plays with toys. She's really fluffy and soft, so I like playing with her a lot.
Well, what does it mean to be a responsible pet owner?
I think it means to know that you need to give your dog a lot of attention, because it's almost like a human, but so like feed it and don't just leave it alone all the time to where it doesn't have a lot of interactions, or else it might not be as friendly to other people or dogs.
Is Sasha your only pet?
Yes, she is right now.
Are you looking to have more pets?
I want more pets, but I mean, pets do take a lot of work, so I mean, you don't want to get so many pets that you can't care for some of them, so right now we just have a couple. Well, we just have Sasha.
Just Sasha. But maybe down the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, and you brought your essay with us today?
Yes, I
Will you share a little bit of it?
Sure. One of the favorite parts of my day is when I get to come home and play with my dog Sasha. We adopted Sasha from the Arlington Animal Shelter last summer. She has turned out to be a very energetic and playful dog. She can sometimes be the highlight of my day. When I was at the animal shelter, I also saw a lot of other pets with a lonely look in their eyes and droopy shoulders. I felt bad thinking, how did all these pets end up here?
You just wanted to take them all home, didn't you?
Yes, they're all really cute.
Well, don't quit. Read your conclusion. I want to hear your last paragraph.
Right. My last paragraph. Ruff, ruff. Well, there's Sasha. I have to go feed her. She likes her home here. It's a lot different from the shelter. So take proper care of your pet so their offspring won't end up in the animal shelter like she did. But I guess if she hadn't ended up in the animal shelter, I wouldn't have a pet. So sometimes stories do have a happy ending anyway.
It does have a happy ending. Sasha's lucky to have you, Olivia.
Yes, and we're very lucky to have her too.
And it sounds like, Miss Meredith, you're lucky to have Olivia.
I am very lucky to have Olivia. She's a wonderful writer, you could see.
Yes, well, how closely do you work with your students on this competition?
I do not work with them at all on this competition, but I am their writing teacher, and they come to me every single day for writing. But this I gave as an at-home assignment, and I said, you know what, you're such good writers that we just might get a winner. And then we did, so
Yes.
it was exciting, and they were happy to do it. Yes, they were happy about this homework.
Well, what do you consider the benefits of a competition like this?
Well, I think any time you can write outside of school for another purpose, for another audience, it's helpful because, you know, they're going to be writing their entire lives. So the exposure and the awards and, well, an interview on TV. That's exciting.
Why do you feel it's important for students to be creative writers and good at grammar?
Creative writing, I think anytime they can be creative, it's a wonderful thing. We're so test-oriented and multiple choice and things like that. Open-ended creative writing, I think is just a wonderful experience for kids, and that's the qualities we need in adults later. We need them to be creative problem solvers, but grammar, you know, we're all represented by our writing, whether it's in an email or something else, and, you know, if your grammar's not good, it's a reflection on you. Maybe they haven't even met you. I told the kids, you know, you may send an email to someone that has never met you, and they're going to make an impression based on how well written it is.
Well, out of 1,018 essays received this year, how do you feel about having an essay winner from not only Butler, but from your classroom?
I am so excited. I have to tell you, when I told them we might have a winner, I did not know that there were that many people entering. So yes, I was very, very excited.
Did you know there were 1,018?
I had no idea.
Well, you must be a fabulous writer. So congratulations again.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you
Thank
for having a
you.
winner. So
It's wonderful.
thank you both for coming on the show. So give Sasha a hug for me, okay?
I will.
Next, from Park Row Christian School, we have our 6th grade first place winner, Harrison Young, and his teacher, Barbara Campbell. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
It's great to have you today. Welcome,
We're
Ms.
glad to be
Campbell.
here.
Yes. Well, Harrison, your essay topic was, how would an overpopulation of homeless cats and dogs affect our local ecosystem? Tell me a little bit about how you heard about this contest.
I heard about this. It was an assignment in my class, and we all worked on that. I liked it a lot. It was fun writing it.
Do you have a pet that was your inspiration?
Yeah, I have a dog. His name is Oliver. He is a fox terrier. We think he is a fox terrier or a Basenji mix, some sort of thing. Well, we don't know what he is. We got him from the animal shelter. They didn't know what he was exactly. We're just guessing on that.
Well, Harrison, what does it mean to you to be a responsible pet owner?
It means not neglecting your pet, taking care of it, taking it on walks, feeding it, giving it water, all the things it needs.
Well, and you brought your story with you today?
Yes, I did.
Could you read a little bit to us?
Overpopulation of cats and dogs is a big problem for most. Many ecosystems across the nation have this problem. An area gets too crowded with cats and dogs, and it's hard for people to live with them. Many animals are killed when this happens, and sometimes an animal can cause a human's life to end. Overpopulation is a very unfortunate problem to have in an ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. Read the last paragraph to me, too, of your story. I'm intrigued.
Overpopulation is a real problem today. Approximately 8 million animals are in shelters across the nation, and 3.7 million of them, almost half, are euthanized. Euthanasia in shelters is the leading cause of death for dogs and cats alike. This must happen, even though it is unfavorable, because if these animals were kept alive, they would breed and cause overpopulation to become worse. Most animals in the shelter will never be adopted by a family, because most families gain their pets from a pet store, breeding, or buying from their friends. If more animals were adopted from shelters, overpopulation might not be so much of a problem today.
Great essay.
Thank you.
Great. And you brought your teacher with you today, Ms. Campbell.
Yes.
Yes, great to have you today.
I'm excited to have another winner.
Yes, well, and how long ago did you have your last winner?
Maybe 3 or 4 years.
Fantastic. Well, tell us, how much time do you spend with your students working on these essays?
We probably spent about 4 days on this. Started off talking about it and doing some little internet research, and then fleshed it out. They wrote it all in class, and they did peer editing, and then we sent them in.
Well, why do you feel it's so important for students to participate in the creative writing process?
It expands their thought process, and this is something they're probably some of them are going to have to do in their future life, and imagination is a big part of your intelligence.
Well, out of 1,018 essays received this year, how do you feel about having an essay winner from your classroom again?
I'm ecstatic.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun.
Are you looking forward to next year's competition?
Actually, this will be my last. I'm retiring this year, so Harrison's my last winner.
Well, congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, Harrison and Ms. Campbell. It was great to have you guys today.
Thank you.
Over the past 9 years, we've met with many student winners in grades 3 through 6. Do you ever wonder what happens later in life? Today, we are joined by the Animal Essay Contest winner from 2008. The winner was a student from James Arthur Elementary School when she won 6 years ago. Today, she's a graduating senior. Meet Cammie Stockett. Cammie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, do you still have your animal essay or remember what it's about?
I do still have the essay. I do remember what it's about. I wrote about blind dogs, how they lead people who are blind. I wrote about dogs who go in and rescue people when there's fires. And then I wrote about horses, and back in the old days, how they used to be the main transportation for people. So that's the main things I remember. I don't remember everything else.
Oh, you have a very good memory.
Thank you.
Well, how did the essay competition 6 years ago make a difference in your life?
It made me open my eyes to everything that was outside of just my little elementary school. I was able to look at how animals and other things do influence us. Even though they may be small, they're a huge impact on our lives.
Are you a responsible pet owner today?
I am. I have 2 Lab Weimaraner dogs. They are huge. They're 90-pound dogs. They're 5 years old, and they think they're little lap dogs. They sleep with me every night, and they have their own little personalities that are super cute, and I don't know what I'm going to do without them in college.
Oh.
So it's going to be hard, but they're great.
So those aren't the pets you had when you wrote the essay?
No, ma'am. I did not. I did not have them when I wrote the essay.
Oh.
So.
How do you plan to use your savings bond?
I haven't thought about it. It's kind of just there. I'm hoping that whenever it matures to its full amount, that I'll have an answer from God as to what to do with that money.
Well, I understand congratulations is in order. You'll graduate in May.
Yes.
Yes, and where are you graduating from?
I'll graduate from Mansfield High School. It's in just one, Mansfield.
And what are your plans after graduation?
I am attending Stephen F. Austin. I have a track scholarship to throw the shot put and discus, so I'll be throwing that there. And then after, I plan to major in criminal justice, specialize in law enforcement while I'm there, minor in psychology, so that after I can go into the FBI and the behavioral analysis unit.
That is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What great career plans you have.
Yes, ma'am. I'm set in what I want to do.
Well, thank you so much for coming out to the show today and taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Thank you, Cammie. A special thanks to all who helped make the 2014 Animal Essay Contest a big success. And a special congratulations to our winners. Now we've been talking about the Animal Services Center, so if you've never been there, you need to go. The center is located at 1000 Southeast Green Oaks Boulevard in South Arlington, and it's next to the Southeast Arlington Branch Library. The center opened in 2009 and houses more than 12,000 animals every year. The animal adoption process is simple. Visit the center or call 817-459-5898 or arlingtontexas.gov/animals to learn about the many services available at the Animal Services Center. Oh, and before we go, we have to thank Bill Boykin for all the work that he does behind the scenes. Bill, thanks. That's it for this edition of Conversations. I'm Jeannie Curtis. Go adopt a pet.